Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem.
What's a web page? Something ducks walk on? Ha ha, very funny.
Like that, as opposed to that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little
right.
mark with the A and then the ring around it.
Features video, CNN, movies, TV, and the like, and a nationwide cable system.
I think that the web is going to be profound in what it does to our society. As you know, about 15...
I'm sure I don't need to tell you that the internet is a weird and obscure place to be. From cute baby monkey videos to real accounts of people passing. The deeper you go into the rabbit hole, you start to find things that will keep you up at night. And I've jumped headfirst into that rabbit hole, and I'm here to tell you what I've found. So, we're back with the disturbing things I found on the internet. The last time I made one of these, it actually got a ton of engagement. Honestly, I love doing these types of content. The research is actually really interesting, and I'd like to show you what's been on my browser for the past week. You might be wondering why I included a video game mystery into an internet's disturbing video, but I simply found this topic on the internet and I decided I didn't want to create an entire video based off this small topic. So, I haven't really played this game myself. It's kinda hard to play a game that's all in Japanese and has no English dubs. Well, the game starts with our main character, Utano Yumano, as we follow her to investigate the sudden disappearance of her grandmother. And of course, it's a horror game, so there's monster chasing her throughout the game. Majority of the jump scares shown in the game are like real life photo, as opposed to having the same art style as the game. I'll spare you the details, but what really interested me in this game is a certain glitch. On the creepy gaming subreddit, there's a post created by You're Not Real. It said, "I thought this was part of the game," and he showed a couple of screenshots of the glitch. I think that this glitch was originally found through this post, or at least this was where I found it at first. This glitch happens when a player goes to a certain point of the map, and this crashes the game. It showed a jump scare of what looks like a dead body. The user won't be able to escape unless they close the game as a whole. I know it seems like it might just be another hoax jump scare, as the game often uses real-life imagery as its way of horror. But something about that face seems awfully unsettling. It's nothing like the other scares that you find in the game. It's real. It looks like the body is actually decaying. As far as we know, this image doesn't occur through any other parts of the game. I've tried reverse image search it, and it all led back to the game. Before the image pops up on the screen, there is seemingly a crash report. I found the translated version of this report. It is translated by "It's rain time." It states, "Please confirm. Location, date, Utahon no Tatari 2. Severing the arm. The data is being damaged. Possibility is, please stop. Utano, I will kill you. Error frame process." Can't really read this part, it's all jumbled up basically. "A system error is occurring. Your face around interior tree is turning/warping. The button input courage 333 confirm GY &A. Utano, no! Shizumi, you are bad. This could be evil as well. Help, help, help. The writing is undergoing read in testing 3333. So, does this game have an actual photo of a decaying body? Or is this just a clever way of showing a crash report? Either way, I find this hidden glitch to be very disturbing. August 18, 2020. In the town of Crawfordsville, Indiana, a man called the police after not seeing his wife for the past 2 days, after a supposed argument.
Hi, my name is Michael Parks, and me and my wife, we kind of got into an argument Tuesday, and I haven't seen her, and I'm getting worried.
Okay, what's her name?
Hope. Somebody picked her up. She got into a car with somebody, and they left. It was either a silver or a white, like, Honda Civic.
Michael had wanted to report his wife missing. It's out of her character to leave so sudden. What's even more strange is the car that came to pick her up. Could this person be a friend of the wife? For a few days, there was a ton of speculation of where the wife had gone, and there was no news on her whereabouts until April 20.
Where's your emergency?
I'm on North 225 West Road. There's a body hanging off the bridge, no head. There's a car coming.
Okay.
There's a dead body.
That's a deer.
Are you sure?
Yeah. But I'll back up and I'll check.
I'm on the phone with the cops now.
Okay, she thinks it's a deer?
No, it's a body. It's a body.
From what I can tell, it looks like an arm.
Yeah, that's what I've seen, with no head. I'm freaking out.
You're fine. I'm going to pull over and I'm going to stay with you.
Okay. I never seen something like that.
Before this call, the police had actually searched Michael's property and found dried blood in the driveway, garage, rear deck, and backyard. A search warrant led to the discovery of Hope's head buried in the cellar. A neighbor who lived close to Michael had said, "I live here with my wife and we have 3 kids. It's hard. What do you tell them? They wonder, they're young. So, how do you comfort your kids from, telling them that there's a murder right down the street?" Records say that the wife, Hope Parks, was killed by a gunshot to the head and eventual decapitation. Michael Park was charged with 50 years in prison for first-degree murder. Let me paint the scene for you. A man checks into a hotel room. A few days later, the motel's security guard goes to check in on him. He forcefully makes his way inside the room. There's no sign of anyone. It's an empty room, except one thing couldn't leave his mind. As soon as he entered this area, that horrid stench coming from the bathroom kept coming to him. He makes his way through, passing the scattered blankets left haphazardly, and passes a table that has a purse with a pocketbook, a suitcase filled with clothing, a weighing scale that has George Martinez written on it, and most importantly, a Polaroid photo that seems to have come from a photo booth. So, the guard opens the bathroom door and finds a body hanging, covered by the shower curtains. A severely decomposed body dangling by the shower head. You may be wondering, why would this be considered a mystery? Well, investigators had rushed to identify the woman. No leads. After years of searching, nothing. The woman's identity stays the same as it was the day she was found. unidentified. Simply a placeholder. Jane Doe. June 3, 1991. Eduardo. After a long day of truck driving, he decided to end his night at a nearby motel. He asked for a room for two, but the receptionist did not question him. Room 233. 2 days passed, and Eduardo has not been heard of since that day he checked in. This is where the motel security guard enters the room and finds the female corpse hanging above the bathtub. Investigations turned grim. The autopsy revealed that this woman had taken her own life. Despite her death taking 2 days prior, she had been completely decomposed, making it even harder to identify her. Also, a toxicology report revealed that she had heroin in her system. So, how in the world could we possibly find her identity? Well, we have this Polaroid photo. This evidence shows her next to what employees recognized as Eduardo. This photo was taken in a photo booth in a mall the day she died. You might be wondering, what about Eduardo? Wouldn't he be a massive lead to identifying who and what happened to the woman? Unfortunately, the investigators were a few years too late. When Eduardo had been found years later, his family stated that he passed years ago due to natural causes. Also, the family had said that they didn't recognize the person in the photo, and they did not recognize the woman either. The fact that she had been found dead in his motel room had been news to them. With their main lead going nowhere, the investigators decided to inspect other pieces of evidence, like the weighing scale that had the name George Martinez. Well, finding a George Martinez would be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. In an effort to discover the woman's true identity, the authorities released this digitally altered version of the photo. This gives the woman a more neutral expression. And finally, a lead. In March 2021, 30 years after her passing, investigators received a reliable tip that the woman's name is Becca and had been from Los Angeles County. She flew from California to New Mexico shortly before she had passed away. Although this case had been stated to be a suicide, many others believe that the man next to her may or may have not directly been involved in the death of Becca Rodriguez. So, that sums up everything I will be talking about in this video. Quite long for my standard, but I will definitely make longer videos like this. So, my uploads may start to come a few days late. And yes, guys, I do read your comments, and yes, I will get a better microphone soon. I just don't know when or which I will get. But I do want the quality of my videos to increase, so I am considering the mic switch. If you have any mic recommendations, please tell me in the comments. Since you're here, I think you would like to see the next video, where I talk about how our humanity gives us the fear of loneliness. Anyways, since you're here, you might as well click that subscribe button and like this video. I'll be back with another video next week.